PGA season in Orlando, Florida, the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions. But the tour comes in hot. LPGA winners from the last 2 years and celebs from the world of entertainment and sport. I'll show you some of the highlights from day one. Grant Boone, Morgan Pressel, Paige McKenzie, and Morgan Charlie Hull getting her season off to a good start.
Feeling right at home here. Said it's cooler here than it is in the UK at the moment, but off to a hot start here at Lake Nona.
That would take her to 2 under par. Winners only from the last 2 seasons. Shaneti Wanase with a couple of wins.
Yeah, one of the shortest holes here on the golf course, the 14th, playing as one of the toughest early this morning.
Take her to 3 under par. Last year, Lottie Woad was at Florida State. Now she's an LPGA winner.
It's quite amazing to see her name here in this field after the incredible summer she had last year, making the most out of her first start here at TOC.
That would take her to 3 under par. And Paige, all eyes on these next couple, including world number 1, Gino Titicun.
Trying to pick up where she left off last season. This is a tight fairway approach, but able to control the spin on the 5th.
That would take her under par. And Nelly Corda, her second at the 7th.
Ball below the feet, likely to squeeze out to the right off of that lie, and perhaps it did, but a lucky bounce helps it recover.
And nearly a deuce. She would roll that in for birdie to get to 3 under par. Wanasean's added another birdie at the 15th, so she has taken the lead, and we are underway on the season opening week of champions. The worlds of sport and entertainment. This is Nelly Corda for par at the 8th. Morgan, always good to see those go in, the short ones.
I mean, off to a great start, exactly what she would have wanted to start this season. Nelly typically comes off of a break really ready to play. Sometimes certain other players are just trying to get the rust off. Nelly usually looks ready to go first week of the year.
Lottie Woad looks ready. Tom Abbott's watching her at 9.
Yeah, that's just moving to the left on her. Wonderful second shot in there from 195, giving her that eagle chance. Going to walk away with a birdie. Good first 9.
4 par 5s here, Paige. A chance to pick up some shots on what can be a tough course.
It's a very excellent scoring opportunity, this 9th hole, and
not bending over the same way that we typically see most players do. So not sure if that's precautionary or because she's still feeling it, but it's really caused some struggles with her golf swing, specifically her driver. That's what she's really struggled with the most over the last season or so.
All right, Paige at the 9th, Lydia Ko.
And this is a great look at where this perched up green sits. You can see the fall offs way to the right if you're not staying up towards the center of this green. And that's going to leave a difficult approach. You see very little green to work with coming in from the right side.
Quite pull it off. Here is one of our co-leaders, Shaneti Wanasean. Only 21 years old. And already a couple of wins.
I mentioned the 8th being the second toughest. The toughest hole in the course is 16 and 18.
To the 8th, and Gino.
She said coming into this week she wasn't feeling great about her iron play. I beg to differ.
Yeah.
Expectation level.
I was going to say, her not so great with her irons is better than just about anybody in the fields.
Well, we've talked about it. Let's show it to you. Tournament format, 39 LPGA players. It's the largest field in the history of this event with so many first-time winners. Yeah, she'll be doing some more indoor work later this winter. That'll be fun. Shaneti Wanasean to save her par at that tough 16th you talked about, Morgan.
It's just a really, really straight hole with a difficult crown green, tough to read. We see players year in, year out really struggle to read this 16th green.
So Shaneti will drop a shot back to 3 under par, and it is Lottie Woad out in front by 1 here on day 1, week 1 of the LPGA in 2026. Back here at Lake Nona, our aerial coverage provided by SHI. Lottie Woad, bogey-free front nine. Trying to do what Lydia Ko did back in 2024 and get a season off to a winning start. Here is Lydia for birdie at 9.
Well, we knew it was going to be a difficult approach from that short right location. This back down the hill towards this hole. I mean, she knows the reads, right? It is her home course. She mentioned the subtleties can be difficult, even though she knows it, but nailed that one.
Sleeping in her own bed and 1 under. First time here for Gino at the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions.
Came from Thailand, arrived on Saturday morning, so still adjusting, but doesn't seem to have any trouble.
All right, so Gino picks up another. So glad to have you with us here for day 1. Lottie Wood leading it by 1 as she makes the turn, and Tom is there.
Yeah, nice to hear from Lottie there as she waited on the 10th. And it has been quite a considerable wait. There's a group that had not yet teed off when they finished the 9th, so it's a pretty relaxed atmosphere out here, though. It's not too intense with 2 celebrity players in the group and 1 professional. And Lottie talking to me saying, you know, just a case of really trying to focus on your own game and not worry about the celebrities' games. This one looks pretty good down the middle. This whole gentle dogleg from left to right.
In the perfect spot. You kind of see it each year.
And here is another of them, Nelly Corda, second at 9.
She has a 7 wood out. This is from 198. Really awkward lie, really on a huge upslope, but this one's heading right.
Karen, welcome back. Just a moment ago, par 5 9th, third for Nelly.
Well, she found a patch of dormant Bermuda where the overseed hasn't come in, and yeah, she's not very happy with that page.
No, it's going to be always going to be difficult from over there, as you can see that slope, but she'll be unhappy with that.
Up ahead to the 10th, Charlie Hull for birdie. Charlie fought through multiple injuries last year to get her 3rd LPGA title in wild fashion. Back to 9, the 4th for Nelly.
This is still quite a steep upslope that she has to chip up to get to that whole location, and it falls away right past it.
She was thinking eagle, birdie instead, working hard for par. And back we go to the 8th, and here is Brooke Henderson, and for the last time for a while, on her bag, sister Brittany.
Yeah, really exciting. Brittany, 5th child, so going to be an exciting year for the Hendersons, regardless of what happens on the golf course. But it'll be interesting to see Brooke with a different caddy for the first time, really, in her career for an extended period of time. John Colleen going to step in as she heads to the Asian swing.
Okay, Brittany will be working hard there with Brooke to help her out of that predicament. Shaneti Wanasean lost a shot at 16. This is to get it back at 17, par 3. And this is where the DJ's posted up here.
Yeah, you can hear the party that I was referring to earlier.
And Tom Nick D'Olimpio, the director of grounds and maintenance, said this was the hardest day that he's had in 11 years here because of the frost this morning.
Yeah, there's a lot of worry about that frost in the morning because it actually stays frozen here until about 42 degrees, which is hard to believe, but that causes a few issues. Nice tee shot from Lottie, just leaking a little right of the flag, a little breeze into her face on this hole.
I'm fully versed in cold weather climates.
Let's see if Nelly can stay warm here, this for par.
This one's got awkward read, though, because it's so close to the front edge of the green. Oh, no problem.
This keeps the card clean. She has a win here at Lake Nona. It was at the Gainbridge event back in 2021. Her first win.
Tee up a little bit today, though, so players can be aggressive.
I feel like you could say that, Paige, about a lot of the holes.
It's a good point.
On this golf course, and that's what makes it so tricky. You got to be precise.
It's a piece of the green.
Yeah, a little bit uphill at the end, but not too much movement. Looks like it should come from the right.
Lydia Ko, second shot at the 10th.
Whole location today, as we've seen, is right in the center of this green, but it's right between two fall-off areas. She's going to just stay on the top shelf right there. Excellent shot.
Right. Nellie, of course, from a tennis family like Marty Fish, and here she is making the turn. Good first 9.
Yeah, very solid for Nelly. No reason for her to hit a driver here. There's a bunker on the right. This is a big dogleg to the right.
That's so perfect.
She didn't like that, Karen, but as we heard from Jason, that is so perfect.
Yep.
If your misses like that, you're going to be doing just fine.
He was a standout at LSU before turning professional. I think just right at this whole location is ideal. That looks pretty dead on.
And she won at El Caballero here in Southern California.
Again, this right side of the green past the hole slopes to the right, but this area is a more level putt. Just firm and inside. You see her wrist taped up. She's struggled with wrist injuries, but she feels like she was 100% coming into this week.
Yeah, her season a couple of years ago was delayed because of it. But, here is Lydia Ko for birdie at 10.
We watched her make a couple great putts in the last couple holes, and yes, she certainly knows the golf course and knows the greens maybe better than anybody, but you still have to execute. Those were excellent strokes.
Yeah, fairway opens up at about 260 and starts to move towards the left. This one just a little more right to left than she would have liked, I think.
At the 18th, Shaneti Wanase in her 9th hole of the day. This for par.
Mentioned about how tough 2 of the last 3 holes are, 16 and 18, both catching out Shanete after getting off to a great start.
One of the most unlikely victories we've ever seen. A Monday qualifier in Portland 3 years ago. Shot 63 on Sunday to come from behind and win for the first time. Backed it up with another the following summer. Here is Nellie at the 10th.
The ball is slightly below her feet. She has a wedge. 128 is the number. Doesn't seem to be that much wind right now. Just very still and calm, and as you can see, the temperature is starting to creep up a little bit, so ball might fly a hint farther than it did for the players' warm-ups.
I think he had that in the holster. He was ready. Here's Charlie at the 11th.
Okay.
So she stays bogey-free, adds another birdie. The greats of the LPGA, at the top of the leaderboard.
But I always found this green quite hard to read. I didn't really see many putts made on this green when I was a player.
Birdies so far today on this 10th hole for the LPGA players.
So being on the left half of the fairway, not a problem with that flag on the right side. This one towards that ridge needs to be on the correct side, and it's just looking like it's right on the top.
Pretty good score in the NBA. Here's Nellie trying to avoid a drop shot.
Well, again, this one's going to move to the right, but it's not a huge amount of break.
Solid with that length so far.
Yeah, that was a good look at the stroke right there. Very compact. Got a lot of extra movement in the putter head.
Should not be much in this.
Pluses are good if you're in the celebrity division. You want the minus in front of your score on the LPGA side of things, so that'll be the first birdie for Brooke. To the 10th, and Gino Titakun.
Beautifully rhythmic golf swing, and I was watching her yesterday on the range. She looked at me, she goes, I just need to fix my irons. I'm like, what do you mean you have to fix your irons? And she goes, oh.
Just turned 22 years old last week, Lottie Wode for birdie at 11.
Yeah, as Paige was saying, this is down the slope and should move from left to right. Just a case of really dialing in the speed here with that line that she's chosen.
Here is the Swede, Ingrid Lindblad, at the 18th Morgan, her second.
Tricky approach here with the hole location on the front right today. No space right of this flag. Conservative play, smart play there from Ingrid, putting up the hill.
She said she looked at all the stats from last year and said it was unbelievable. I didn't know I was that good. We did.
I think the number one next to the ranking stat is probably the one that matters the most.
Oh, I mean, look at these two. Marty Fish and Gino Titagun leading. What would you expect?
Look at that.
3 in a row for Gino. On the tee with that new driver, Karen, Nelly Korda.
It is, and this is a tee shot that if you can get a bit of draw in it round the corner, you can really gain some distance. But this one looks to be hanging out to the right.
You saw the stat on the tee. Only 3 fairways hit so far today. That's not going to be any trouble, though. There's no...
Up at the 12th, Charlie Hull's second.
Taking dead aim here. What Charlie loves to do with the flag located in the front center of the green.
And again, where this hole is located, it's pretty severe slope from back to front. So anything just below the hole here. Although she can be aggressive because it is a scoring opportunity.
One of the greatest three-point shooters in NBA history, Ray Allen, watching. This is Brooke Henderson for 3.
We saw the previous group find a couple birdies here. Brooke needs it. This will have a decent amount of break to her left here. Pick the spot where you want the ball to enter the hole and just powered it through the break there.
Long and slow. Got the pace right.
Charlie with some work left in the flagstick in, which is her usual way. As usual with Charlie, a lot going on last year and a lot of great golf as well. Third shot here at the 11th for Nelly Korda.
This is a wedge from 116. When you're standing back here, it feels like there's some slight help, but I don't know how much help is in this wind.
From one great American sportsman to another, Nelly at 11. That got a piece of the hole, didn't it? How about this third for Lottie at 12?
Yeah, ball's just kind of sitting there in the grass like cake in a cake holder, and never quite know how it's going to come out. Didn't quite come out as she thought, so she's got a little bit of work to do to save par.
And the reason that she mentioned that she may have a distaste for this hole is this green is so effectively small. You could see she landed on the greens, ends up off. You could see all sorts of swales, humps and bumps.
Another tester for Nelly. Okay. I know those don't look long, but these are the round savers. Nelly, who was great last year, a lower scoring average than the year before when she won 7 times, but no wins. Lottie for her par to stay tied for the lead.
Yeah. Talk about round savers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a momentum keeper right there.
And Gino Titagun, her third at the par 5 11th.
It's able to avoid those trees. It's going to leave a tricky putt from there. Anything above the hole on this.
You don't want to end up back down where you were before. But I think it's interesting, Paige. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure we all have those holes that set up to our eye properly. And, you almost feel like you stand on the tee and you just hit and hope, which you could tell by Charlie's reaction. She kind of did.
Right now, this hole playing the third most difficult scoring. So she will be happy with par. In fact, this second 9 playing very difficult today.
She's unfazed.
She always is, isn't she? Gino for birdie at 11. This was the putt you said would be a little tricky.
It's almost a double breaker. Tried to tip back.
A 7-night cruise of a lifetime. It was the summer of a lifetime for Lottie Woad last year. Began as an amateur and ended the summer as a pro and a winner.
Yeah, she was just cruising around Europe getting wins. This one on the left side trying to move towards the flag. Looks good from here.
Oh, she thinks what's so hard about 13?
She has no scar tissue yet.
That's
a fantastic
that
shot.
That's it.
It could be, but...
He's tied for the lead with Marty Fish. Second for Nelly at 12.
And that's a 9-iron on the way. There's just a hint of breeze into her right now.
Welcome back to Lake Nona. A frosty morning has given way to temps in the mid-60s. On day 1 of the 2026 LPGA season, the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions, Grant Boone, Morgan Pressel, Paige McKenzie, Tom Abbott, and Karen Stupples are out on the golf course with Amy Rogers doing some interviews for us. Winners only from the last 2 LPGA seasons, and celebs from sport and entertainment, and world #1 Gino Titagun, and last year's amateur turned pro Lottie Woad up there at the top. Nelly Corda, winless last year, trying to get back to her winning ways. And she's got this at the 12th to tie the lead, and Karen Stupples is there.
Oh, she's left herself in a great spot, putting uphill.
Okay, last time she didn't win in a season, she won 7 the next year. So let's see what happens for Nelly. I thought she took it in stride, Morgan, the year she had last year.
Well, she had some chances, especially I think the U.S. Open probably hurt coming out of that without a victory, having such a good chance to win. But, she kept putting herself in position and still had a good year just without that victory.
And you think about Gino Titagun, what she accomplished, but also what she overcame. Not many did that to Dwight Freeney. Well, Yelene punched her ticket to this event in the second start of last year. She won the Founders Cup in Bradenton.
Great shot there.
Yeah, not great to see JR miss those 2 short ones and then have to get up and make this. Put that out of your mind and make the 2. Okay, no problem at all.
Has she been watching, Tom?
All right, so back on the tee with the green now clear. Here's Lydia Ko. Lake Nona resident, winner of this event a couple of years ago.
It's got to hang on.
She knew it when she hit it, didn't she? She knows it so well.
Something you see, certainly from Lydia, we see a lot, but here from Gino as well, really choking up on the club, looking for more control and precision than power. That one's going to trickle down a little bit. That's one of the runoffs there. Won't go too far. Get hung up in the fringe there.
This is a par putt at the short 14th for Charlie Hull. Okay, all's well that ends well. They'll move this tee box up at 14 to make it drivable on Saturday. That's the tradition. Yelene at 17 for birdie.
Not quite enough. Good read, good line, good stroke. Just the right weight.
She needed the bass. That speaker to bounce it into the hole. Gino at the 12th for birdie. Lottie Wood were right there contending at the Amundi Evian Championship.
Solid.
Lydia has a chance to catch Sayri Pak.
I love it.
I mean, she's made that look very easy. I mean, she could have made a few more birdies, I think. But after having a bit of time off, not a bad effort.
It really has looked pretty simple up
Yeah.
until this point, Karen.
I agree. I say her swing looks really well controlled as well. Like, it looks like it's in good order. Oh,
gonna
is that going to
stay.
find that hollow? You described it well, Paige. There's only about 10 yards of green to land that ball up there. Well, she does, and most amateurs will try and find a way to putt this. But you can see.
Pros would too.
Wow.
Wow.
Great shot.
She does it better than anybody around the greens, which is why she pulls out wedge everywhere, whether it's just on the edge of the fringe.
Grew up Sarasota, Bradenton area. Here's the second for Charlie Hull, 15th. It's kind of shades of Pebble Beach back in 2023 when she was under the tree at 18.
From where I'm standing, which is back behind Lottie, she's just seen J.R. Smith putt down on a similar line. I think it would have given her a bit of a sense of the speed here. Yeah.
But was she watching, Tom?
Well, she was watching the ball kind of roll around the hole there. He had a chance for birdie and knocked it a few feet past.
Yalimi flew here from Texas. Like a few members of our crew had some trouble getting here through the snowstorm and with her luggage as well. As of yesterday, her golf bag was still stuck in Dallas. She had her parents fly on a separate flight to bring her backup set here. She had never seen the golf course until today. So you just kind of got to roll with the flow a little bit.
A lot of obstacles.
Not how she envisioned her first go-round here. Nelly for par. I mean, this is impressive. Let's see how Gino Titakun handles this tough par 3 in her first time in competition here. She's handled everything else today.
Yeah, the ideal landing spot is just over the bunker. Oh, brilliant.
See two players, Paige, who have yet to play this hole in competition, both beautifully, and Lottie and Gino.
At 14th, Lydia Ko for birdie.
Yeah, we've talked certainly a lot about Lydia being at home here, waking up in her own bed. Sometimes that puts a little bit extra pressure on you as well. You're expected to play well because you do know the golf course, because you are so comfortable. She's put together a lovely, clean card today.
But sometimes the golf course is different because now it's in championship shape. Not that Lake Nona is not always in tremendous shape, but it does play a little bit faster.
And we saw the second for Charlie Hull from under the tree to this point. Looks like an awkward third here, Paige.
Especially out of that fairway bunker. Got to hedge. Actually, that is tremendous because this is kind of a narrowish part of the green. Everything kind of feeds off to the right on that right half of the green, but brilliantly done there.
For this LPGA title, it's the biggest field that they've ever had in this event. 29 different winners last year. Rose Zhang won her first 2 seasons. Did not win last year in what was an abbreviated season for her. Okay. A lot of people have looked to the heavens there at 13. We go to 14 and Nelly.
From just 69 yards, this hole is in a little bowl at the bottom. You can use spin to get it close.
Yeah, good shot.
And she does.
Should be moving from her right to left as well.
I mean, look, even when she doesn't make it, looks like she is. Think about the Rolex rankings last year when the season began. Nelly dominant number 1. Well, this would be a Charlie birdie, wouldn't it? This at 15. Says she loves to put herself in tough spots on the golf course just to kind of making their debut in this event. Korea's Jin Hee Im. with Somi Lee. They won the Dow Championship last summer in a playoff.
It's got to be careful heading right. Going to catch this little swale.
And still going.
Again, the effective green size versus actual green size.
Let's see if Nelly can creep a little closer to Lottie Wood. This for birdie.
This is still a little bit awkward. Got some movement to the left. Even though this hole is in a bowl, it's still pretty sloped around it.
21 putts, Karen.
That's cool. That's good.
At the 15th, Lottie Wood for birdie.
Yeah, should move towards the water, have some speed on it.
Hardest hole on the course today. It's just the hole is located on a crown on the right side of this green. That's going to fall all the way off. Big miss there. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it on 17. We've seen it on this hole. That's brutal up against the higher cut, but just beautiful rhythm to that golf swing.
She says she's got to get her irons in shape. I don't see what the problem is so far today.
She won't be happy with that one. Definitely spun that one back more than she was hoping.
Grand Vacations purchased. It was a Champions Tour LPGA celebrity event and became the season opener for the LPGA back in 2019. Fifth year here at Lake Nona. First time for Lottie Wood. Doesn't look like it. She's up by one. At 14, Gino Titicun for birdie. And now from a tough spot, Charlie Hull, third at 16. 3 of 3 scrambling today. And a very good chance to go 4 for 4. This is the par putt for Charlie at 16.
Hardest hole in the course today. This would be a wonderful par. Putting through a slight green change. No issue for Charlie.
And this is how it looks here on day one. Lottie Wood. We told you she's a quick study. The Florida State would-be senior, but instead, the first full year on the LPGA Tour.
All along, it's been impressive. Every time you speak with her, you can see the maturity. There's an emotional maturity that she's brought into her professional career.
Yuan Huang won as a sponsor invite at the Lotte Championship. Turned out to be an unforgettable year for Lydia. She won the Olympic gold, won the AIG Women's Open at the Old Course at St. Andrews. One of her many victories. This is at 15.
This putt fooled Lottie. It did not move towards the water as expected. Lydia also missed it on that left.
Linnea Strom got a victory in the summer of 2024. It was with an historic victory at the ShopRite LPGA Classic. Came from a tie for last place. Second time that Brittany's caddied this year, though. She was down there at your event, the Morgan and Friends event for your foundation. And we've seen what can happen, Paige, if you're just a fraction off here.
Yeah, anything just short kind of repels. Anything just right repels to the right. It's certainly a golf course that rewards the best approach players. Okay.
To the 13th and the defending champ, Lim Kim. She didn't just win last year, Morgan and Paige. It was wire to wire. It was an absolute show.
She wasn't, I don't think, all that disappointed that it was going to be cold this week either, because her first LPGA win was the U.S. Open.
Very good chance for Lottie to get it to 7 under par. Isn't 65 the low round here by a pro? And
62 from Minjee last year on Sunday.
yeah, first day.
Oh, first day.
Yeah.
Lim, I believe, last year.
A good chance here to make this and finish with a par at the last and around in the mid-60s. That will be a very nice way to start the season. But yeah, I think it was just an awkward putt, that one, to read.
Throw this one up in the air, land it on the flat and let it trickle to the hole, but there's not much room there. Or you can pitch it into the bank and let it run up from there. But that's all trajectory related. She pitched it into the upslope. That's so well done.
Fantastic.
Charlie Hull for birdie at 17. Had to duke it out with Nellie Court on the back nine Sunday to get it done, which she did.
Again, tap in par on this 13th. It was a pretty good lead, but even being where she was, kind of on that top perch, still a lot of break.
This is Brooke Henderson at 14. Same with Charlie. Here's her par putt.
Yep.
You know, well, sorry, pretty small. But she's looked very solid. There's another one.
Well, and the confidence to be able to really take it at this green in two, knowing you've got such great short game. It really changes everything from the green back when you have confidence in the shorter clubs, the scoring clubs.
She is just out to the right. Right of the flag, at least, yeah.
How about the par threes today for Lottie?
Good angle here. You see how far she's gripped down for some control. See if she can control that spin.
Great cut.
Lydia Ko at the 16th.
Slow putt here up the hill with it falling away at the very end.
Par's a good score at 16 in any conditions.
Let's see if Gino can get it correct, read it correctly.
Walks it in.
Monica was saying yesterday, long-time resident and member at Lake Nona, that even she struggles to read these greens sometimes, the little subtleties here and there. This is a very good look for Lottie.
Two good ones last couple of holes. Long birdie putt for Nellie at 16.
This putt is a little uphill at the start, then breaking right. Not
So this is something that I've never seen, Karen, on this green. Usually when you look at the average putts for the field, 1.9 is high. Today, this 16th is 2.14 for the field.
Oh, that's wild.
And that's just LPGA players.
That's the LPGA players. I was shocked when I saw that. I've never seen a number over 2. No.
And when you get past the hole, it runs away very quickly like Nellie's did.
I mean, it's something you never see, Karen, a professional misjudge the speed that dramatically on a putt of really any length. It's just shocking.
Last year, Casey Gunderson. And happy and excited about the year. Charlie for bogey.
Man, that was just a brutal leave right of this flag stick.
Good solid round of 70. Really chilly when they teed off this morning. Temps in the 30s this morning. It's up into the 60s at the moment, and just delightful. Gino, 16.
She was aimed quite conservatively there with her lower body. We're going to have, that's almost the same putt.
How about this second for Lottie at 18?
Yeah, ball's lying fine in the bunkers. I think she was fortunate to find the sand, and obviously not the penalty area, which is just that little bit further to the left. It's 129 yards for Lottie, and you've got a breeze into her face. You've got a, oh no, didn't strike it well. Needs to go, needs to go.
Didn't sound great.
Tougher on herself.
Paige Lydia Ko for birdie at 17.
Good position here, just below the hole.
Only a couple of multiple winners in 2025. Gino was one of them, and here's another, a major winner, Miyu Yamashita, as a rookie.
Just gotta be careful. It's leaking a little to the right. Yep.
Here it goes. She handled every challenge
Okay.
at fourth call.
I always used to play this green for there to be a little bit of stop to it, and accept the fact that you're going to have an uphill putt. This was an 8-iron for Nelly. It's drawing, maybe drawing too much. Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
Hangs on. Uh-oh.
Or so we
for
think.
a second. Fall all the way into the thicker grass.
It's just a hard putt because it's pretty slow off the jump and then picks up speed past the hole. A little bit of a better effort there, but still work to do.
Schedule hasn't worked out. Said she felt like she owed it to the sponsors to come and show up, even though this is the only event in the U.S. before the Asia swing.
Similar spot that we've seen a few people miss it on the high side. They're expecting it to break towards the front of the green, and it just doesn't. Another 3-putt on the 16th.
And now Lottie Woe to cap off her first round in this event. Bogey free and a 66 if it drops.
Yeah, and she's struggled with a few putts coming in, just getting the read right. This one, another one that's not particularly easy to get the read. May just move back towards the water.
I was waiting for that world-class par.
Well,
Here.
three putts of a similar distance the last 3 holes. Still a great round.
I mean, it's a great way to start the season. You know, she's clearly been prepared, clearly ready, but a couple really good opportunities missed for birdie, 16, 17, and then a couple poor tee shots. I wouldn't be surprised if she heads to the range to straighten that out.
Yeah, I mean, that bogey really comes from the tee shot, doesn't it? Going into that bunker and, you know, adding a little more difficulty to the second shot.
Okay, well, this is the leaderboard with the Shinetti Wanasei, and on the other side of the golf course, finishing up at the par 5 9th. So a chance for Shinetti to maybe move out in front. Nelly Corda on the green at the 17th. Coming up next, it's Golf Central pregame, taking you into first round coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open. And our second round coverage of the Hilton Grand Vacations Tournament of Champions is again beginning at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Round 1 being put in the books here today with celebrities of entertainment and sports alongside the best in the women's game. For Morgan Pressel, Paige McKenzie, Tom Abbott, Karen Stupples, Amy Rogers, and our entire team. I'm Grant Boone. Thanks for watching the LPGA on Golf Channel. We'll see you tomorrow from Nona.